Chris, what are we doing?
We're waiting for the ferry. We're gonna go see Dustin.
Who is Dustin?
Dustin is an architect who designed my backyard build, but he happens to live on an island, so we have to take a ferry to go see him. So we're here in the San Juan Islands, which we all know is the home of the artisanal, organic, non-GMO driftwood. Take a look. But enough driftwood. It's time to go find Dustin.
Hey Chris, how you doing?
Dustin, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
It's been a while, man.
Yeah, you made it.
Made it. So where are we?
We're in the San Juan Islands. This is a house I've been working on for a while for my family, my personal home. It's 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, and small. It's just 1,000 square feet.
But
so,
beautifully designed,
of
obviously.
course, yes. Yeah, come on in, I'll show you around.
Awesome. We're inside your house right now, and this is something you pretty much built by hand, right?
Yeah, this is the first time I've done so much on a project. I ended up doing even electrical, plumbing, concrete, building a lot of the unique doors, windows, so.
Even the doors and windows.
Yeah, well, even worse was all this built-in stuff. So a lot of this is in progress, but this is like a maple thin ply made by a company called Europly, and there's a lot of it. We did all the cabinets ourselves. Behind us here will be a dining nook, again with that plywood. Built-in couches, built-in desks and closets in the bedrooms. So yeah. I think really we're only going to have about 5 or 6 pieces of furniture that we didn't make.
Wow, that is ambitious to say the least. But it's also you can already kind of get the sense of how having every surface wrapped in this beautiful plywood, like it just gives that warm, inviting feel.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think built-in, like carefully thought out furniture in small spaces just helps it function better. Because inches matter in small spaces, and so when you have the opportunity to make it fit exactly, how it needs to be, instead of buy a couch that maybe isn't quite right, it matters, I think. So
yeah, no, that is such a cool way to approach it, because the kind of thoughtful and efficient use of space, you can kind of see it everywhere. And so just inside we were talking about how you've built a really intentional and efficient living space with only 1,000 square feet.
Yeah.
But that's not the smallest you've gone. You've actually designed something that's a little bit smaller, the MOA Family Dadio.
Yeah, so the MOA Family Dadio is 860 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, with a nice balance of living spaces where there's both openness and some separation. And I think that's key for family living. You need a little bit of separation from each other in certain situations. So yeah, and then again, tying in sort of a kind of critical patio space where both the kitchen, dining, and the living connect. And so you can kind of loop through those spaces.
The dual doors on the back with the floor height deck definitely allows that kind of like circulation. Open up those doors in the summertime, and you really have that beautiful circulation between outdoors and indoors. When you actually work with customers to build these, what tends to be kind of the most challenging part of getting one of these built?
A lot of it is logistics for customers, just finding the right builder, probably. I'm looking forward to, as this program progresses, some of the builders that have gone through the process being excited to do multiples, and again, just another opportunity to gain some efficiency on cost and time and all that.
So in your experience, what's the kind of all-in cost to get a MOA Family Dadio built?
It varies widely. If you're taking the sort of I'm going to engage significantly and be my own contractor, hire subs. You know, the lowest I've heard of is in the range of $225, and then depending on what contractor you hire, I've heard numbers up in the $350 range too. So
what would you tell someone who's thinking about building in their backyard?
Well, for somebody who's on the fence about doing it, I would say just be brave and go for it. These smaller projects are not as big of a risk, and if it's something you're excited to do, it's approachable in that way. We need more of these out there. Every building project's intimidating, but ADUs are of a scale where you know, they're just a lot more approachable. I mean, what we get really excited about is small houses, and you know, ADUs are a type of small house, but we get excited about small houses when they're not an ADU too. You can have superb quality of space and in half of what the American standard is these days. It's shocking when you look at the average size of the American house from 1940 to today. You know, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it goes from 800 steadily up to 2,600. This is a big approach to affordability, is just simply size. So we get excited about doing these really nice, really thoughtful small spaces that we honestly believe can function far better than, you know, what would be considered typical housing, with just much more exciting and joyful elements in them that may take more work and detail, but you can afford to do those things when you're not building at such large volumes of space. Again, ADUs for us are a really interesting housing type that leverages existing infrastructure. You're not expanding outward, you're using what is already there and adding density in a way that, for the most part, doesn't change the character of single-family neighborhoods. Well thought out ADUs, even though, you know, they're being fit into small backyard spaces, if they're well planned and well landscaped, everybody can have great privacy. All these things can work really well. You just have to think through it properly.
Dustin, thanks so much for giving me the tour of the house. I love what you built here. I think it's a fantastic example of what you can do in just 1,000 square feet and have your entire family here. So I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, happy to have you. Happy to spread the message about small housing and get more of it out there.
That's right. Small, efficient, intelligent dwellings. That's mobile office architecture. Dustin Stevens, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Good to see you.